Hey guys, so for my innovative learning experience, I'm going to try and use augmented reality to use a 3D model of our finished builds for students to then use while building it to be able to manipulate it in a more dynamic way. So, for example, you guys can see over here that I'm trying to use Assembler, which is an augmented reality app, to include a 3D model of the Vex Clawbot. And I found a 3D model of this Vex Clawbot that you can move around and you can tinker with over here. And if I were trying to explain to the students a certain thing, I can have them zoom all the way in to show that, for example, you need a millimeter slider in between here, and this is one of the parts that's commonly created by the students. And you can show that on the end you need these shaft collars to lock it in place. And you can kind of look at all angles of the Clawbot, which is what students always need to build these successfully from the schematics, but without having this 3D software that allows them to see every angle of it, people have a lot of issues. Now, the thing that I'm running into a lot of difficulty with this is that the file type is called SLDASM, and I've spent like 2 hours so far this week just trying to find a way to convert this into a file type that works on like a Cura 3D slicing software, which is something that I own, but I can't seem to using any file conversion, any converter. I simply cannot find a way to get this to a file that I could then import into Assembler, which is the app that all the students could have on their iPad where they could just rotate it around. So over the next week, I'm going to be trying to continue to find a way to do it, but as you see over here, when I try and get the file, the 3D object files, it needs to be a .fbx file, and I cannot seem to find a way to turn this file. I'm even using this thing called Onshape. I can't get a way to get this file to be a FBX file, which would then allow it to. It looks like it's possible to be done. I just need the software that this Clawbot was made in, and I don't have that software, and it's a paid software, so I have to try and figure out how to get this. But ideally, I can get the model that you guys see over here into this 3D augmented reality, but for the moment I'm going to showcase this house, and the goal is that in my classroom I give the students a model of the finished Clawbot, and they're able to rotate this, they're able to zoom in on what they're trying to look at by moving around, and they can move around to try and see, well, what is on one part of the Clawbot, or what is in different places of the house, in this case, and you can kind of use this to try and figure out how to build it. And it would be a better model than just a picture because you get to see it from all sides, and you're able to move this around. So if you wanted to like scale it on top of a specific place, you could do so. You could put it like right on top of your Clawbot and compare it to what it might be. But the whole idea is that you'd be able to manipulate your virtual objects like the Clawbot, or in this case the house, and students would be able to then get a better sense of what they need to do in order to fully finish the build. I can get this 3D image into Assembler and have all my students use it. I think it would be excellent during the lesson that I teach on building the Clawbot, and yeah, so that's really something, it's going to be my project. It's something that I'm struggling with, but it's where I'm currently at and where I'm going to continue trying to work on.